PlayStation Plus November games revealed, God of War DLC could be announced very soon, some additional info on the Bungie layoffs, and bad news confirmed about the PS5 Slim. All that and more in today's PlayStation news. Let's get to them. Sony has announced the PlayStation Plus November lineup, available to all users starting next Tuesday, November 7th, and until December the 4th. The lineup includes Mafia 2 Definitive Edition with all its crime drama remastered in HD for PS4, Dragon Ball The Breakers offering the 7 vs 1 asymmetrical multiplayer for PS4, and Aliens Fireteam Elite where you can team up with up to 2 friends to fight the Horde on either PS4 and PS5. This is also your last chance to claim the October games including the Callisto Protocol, Farming Simulator 22, and Weird West, all available until November 6. Added to this, they also announced that PS Plus Deluxe and Premium users will have 1-day early access to Silent Hill Ascension weekly compilation episodes on November 8th. That's the new episodic horror series from Gen Beat Entertainment, viewable inside the Sony Pictures Core service where it's available. Deluxe and Premium users also have a new 1-hour trial to enjoy from Sifu, a limited time offer up until January 28, 2024. A reminder that the new PS5 cloud streaming service is now ready in all regions where premium streaming is available after the US got it this past October 30th. So you can now play PS5 games from your library or PS Plus catalog in up to 4K with enhanced audio without having to download them. What do you think about this November update, the new Silent Hill Ascension and PS5 streaming? Let us know in the comments and remember to vote in our latest poll on the community tab. The rumors of a God of War Ragnarok DLC have intensified after recent claims from Spanish website Area Jugones confirmed that Santa Monica is indeed working on it. According to their sources which are close to Sony, the DLC is real and it could be announced by the end of this year, with a trailer or teaser appearing at a big game event. They speculate that points out to the Game Awards this December since PlayStation has previously made announcements at the event. Last year's event included Death Stranding 2 from Kojima Productions and the Horizon Burning Shores DLC from Guerrilla Games. The website adds that initial rumors indicated Santa Monica was working on DLC, but the content could end up becoming a budget title similar to Miles Morales for the original Spider-Man. What do you hope to see next for God of War Ragnarok? Share with us in the comments. There's more on the Bungie layoffs from Monday, as now we know the company cut around 100 staff, which is 8% of the total workforce of over 1,200 employees. A decision that came from Bungie management and not Sony. That sweep also included several legendary veterans from the studio who have been there since the Halo days, such as composer Michael Salvatori, who worked at the company for over 24 years. What's even worse is that Paul Tassi from Forbes also reports employees' benefits only last until the end of the month, and since most were cut on the 30th, they only had those benefits for a day. Another point is that as a result of the Sony purchase, some employees had unvested shares, which required them to stay with the company for certain years to be fully owned, but they will now revert to Bungie. Bloomberg added to the original report that the reason for these cuts is because Destiny 2 interest has been at an all-time low, generating 45% less revenue than what the company forecasted. This is after this year's Lightfall was heavily criticized by players in terms of its story, and it even led fans of the game at one point to ask for a Destiny 3. IGN reported that these issues with the game were flagged to leadership, with employees begging to be able to make changes and win fans back. CEO Pete Parsons said during the studio meeting on Monday that they had decided to keep the right people to keep working on Destiny 2, a statement that feels like they are discarding expendable assets. It's bad enough that the industry in general is facing these issues, with many publishers and developers laying off staff, and it's even worse when this happens for bad management, making a huge statement about the need for developers to unionize. As for the future of Destiny, I believe Bungie can turn it around, but if one of the golden standards in live services has reached this low, it tells you the genre has reached a breaking point and it will not support many of them, which brings a thicker cloud of uncertainty on Sony's plans for making more of these games. Drakestar, a prominent tech merger and investment bank, anticipates a surge in gaming acquisitions after talking with many top gaming companies, and Sony is expected to be a prominent player in 2024. Although the specific companies they talked with were not disclosed, Tencent and Take-Two Interactive are mentioned beside Sony as likely active buyers. Notably, Microsoft, which recently acquired Activision Blizzard, is expected to pause its acquisition activity due to ongoing regulatory scrutiny. This development follows the closing of the Microsoft Activision deal and sets the stage for increased merger and acquisition activity in the gaming industry in 2024, with another report stating that Sony is under pressure to respond. The PS5 Slim is out in the wild, and users online are showing images comparing both the original and new version, which is indeed a bit smaller but not by much. The images also reveal the new PS5 setup process, confirming previous leaks that the console's detachable disk drive will require a one-time online connection for pairing. While this online pairing may not affect most users, it could pose challenges for game preservation in the future if the verification servers become unavailable. It's unclear if the disk drives can be changed or if re-verification is needed after a factory reset. This development has raised concerns among some in the gaming community about preservation and the right to repair. The new PS5 model with 1TB storage will launch soon, and according to Charlie Intel, a new ad for the console points out it will include Modern Warfare 3 for free. The disc console bundle is listed for $499 with $99, which is the price of the base console with no games. A bundle usually retails for around $540 to $560. Chad Stahelski, known for directing the John Wick movies, has provided an update on the Ghost of Tsushima movie adaptation. While talking with Screen Rant, he mentioned they have a script and are close to making progress, despite facing challenges like studio issues and logistics. Stahelski expressed his love for the game, calling it one of his favorite properties of all time, and his commitment to condensing its story into a film. He previously did the same while emphasizing the movie would be casting Japanese actors and using Japanese dialogue. We'll have to wait a lot more until we can see something, but at least the film seems to be in good hands. Now let's go for a round of quickfire gaming news. The Gran Turismo 7 Spec 2 update launches today and brings significant additions, including 7 new cars, a cinematic intro, the Lake Louise track, master license test, 3 GT Cafe extra menus, and 4-player split screen on PS5. Lake Louise offers 3 layouts, and the update introduces more events and challenges, making it a substantial enhancement to the game, as series creator Kazunori Yamauchi teased over the weekend. Spider-Man 2 also got a new update after last week's addressed the Puerto Rican flag. This new update comes at 922 MB and fixes various issues where players could get stuck in a mission or puzzle, and another where the upgraded classic suit had an additional eye, plus additional stability improvements. God of War 2018 and the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection are set to launch on GOG, joining other Sony titles like Days Gone and Horizon Zero Dawn on the PC storefront. Although the exact release date is pending, with the titles marked as coming soon, GOG has said users can wishlist both titles right now. Gunfire Games has announced the first DLC for Remnant 2 titled The Awakened King, 4 months after the game's release. This DLC is set to release on November 14 for $25, introducing a new area, new storyline, unexpected allies, dungeons, a ritualistic archetype, new items, and formidable bosses. Players will confront the one true king, who has awakened and seeks revenge, causing chaos and unleashing creatures in a coastal town. Lies of P director Ji-Won Choi has confirmed a sequel to the game after its successful launch, where it sold over 1 million copies in 2 months. Choi also teased upcoming DLC for the game, sharing 2 new images hinting at potential locations and adventures, as the team is committed to providing a compelling story through new content. The director's letter also mentioned upcoming patches to improve gameplay and performance, along with additions like new wearables and the release of the game's soundtrack. Saber Interactive has announced a new premium episode, Valley of the Sick, for World War C Aftermath, arriving on PS5, Xbox Series and PC this December 5th. Priced at around $10, it includes 3 new maps set in Arizona. The new episode also features an update free for everyone with new enemy types, including the Juggernaut, the Desert Eagle's secondary weapon, and exciting mutators for Challenge Mode. Additionally, the Rome XL map is added to Challenge Horde mode for Aftermath on current gen and PC. Koei Tecmo's Monster Hunter-inspired game Wild Hearts will be joining EA Play this November 9, following the arrival of Dead Space on the platform. The developer already announced they would be reducing support for the game, but it was fine when it launched back in February if you want to check it out. Atari has announced its acquisition of Digital Eclipse, a retro-focused studio known for its work on titles like Atari 50 The Anniversary Collection, The Making of Karateka, and the Kawabonga Collection. Atari aims to strengthen its retro-focused growth strategy through this $6.5 million acquisition, with the studio still given the freedom to work on non-Atari IPs. Resident Evil 9, the upcoming installment in Capcom's iconic franchise, is rumored to have the largest budget in the series' history. The game is expected to conclude the storyline initiated in Resident Evil 7 and has been in development since 2018 according to insider Dos Golem. The setting is said to be a western ghost town, although specific details are unknown, and gameplay seems like it will be a mix of first and third person gameplay. Resident Evil 9 is projected to release in 2025, marking a 4-year gap since Resident Evil Village in 2021. Remedy has confirmed that the Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes have advanced to the production readiness stage, with the developer expressing excitement about the project's progress and future. Although a release window remains unannounced, Remedy had previously stated that these remakes are expected to launch by 2025. With the Control sequel only in the proof of concept stage, it seems the remakes are Remedy's next games in the pipeline. And those are the PlayStation stories for today. What are your thoughts on them? Let us know in the comments below, give this video a thumbs up or down to let me know your feedback, check out more content you may like as well, and subscribe for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hype!